Hello, everybody. Welcome to what I believe is day 68 of my journey through leukemia. Um, it was the first time I've gone that long without providing an update, and it was quite a week. So there was a lot going on. So it wasn't it was boring, but I'm just going to try to keep it to a few major points. The first point was that I did get out on Monday, June 19th. It's now um, what is it now? Saturday the 24th. Um, so that was good. Got out, got home, and now I'm recouping and trying to get myself back together again. I've had two clinic appointments since then. The very next day, that's one of those little things. They discharge you from the hospital, but then you have to go right back to the clinic again the next business day to get a shot for your white blood cells, the name of which I've forgotten. So that's one of those little weird things you have to deal with. They can't give it to you in the hospital. There's a window they give it to you after. So it really sucks to leave the hospital and then have to go right back the next day. And it really, 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 bunch of other really sucks when it's right after a holiday weekend between Father's Day and Juneteenth. That Tuesday was as crazy as I've ever seen it. The staff didn't get out until 2 hours late. None of them had had lunch by the afternoon. They ran out of supplies. There were no seats in the waiting area. So, first takeaway point, if you're going to remember this, don't schedule appointments after holidays. Give it a day. Give it a day. Um, because unfortunately, they still schedule routine appointments on those days. They don't just do the acute things. So they completely overwhelm the staff and they completely overwhelm themselves. It took me 4 hours to get a shot. So no blood work, no seeing the doctor, no nothing. And it's incredibly frustrating. And I debated walking out a bunch of times, and that would have set me back in my treatment. And of course, I was also struggling really hard not to be mean to my wife. Probably failed on that one. And I successfully was not mean to the staff because I was seeing how they were suffering, but I should have extended that same courtesy to my wife. That's a takeaway point for me later. Um, so that's a learning point. Stay away from the holiday weekends. And as I mentioned before, being in the hospital on a holiday weekend is tough because you get to see doctors that don't know you. Every doctor has their own philosophy. There is no unified, theory about what should be done. So if you ask five different doctors the same question, you're going to get five different answers, and it's really frustrating. One of them's ready to send you to transplant right away. Another one's ready to put you on maintenance, and another one just looks at you. So pick that would be takeaway point number two is pick your horse. Whoever your doctor is, that's who you ride with. Everybody else is, what was the joke from that movie? Your doctor is Michael Jackson and everybody else is Tito, or Marlon or whoever. Pick your Michael and stay with him. That's who that's going to be, or her. In my case, it's her. So those are the start off points. Came home. I had a lot of GI side effects this time. After last time, I didn't, so I wasn't really expecting it. So I dropped some weight right off the bat, which I'm careful about. Then the really good news, because I haven't brought any good news yet, is that I was able to get together with my old bandmates and we were able to have band practice. And I have that stuff on my Facebook page if you want to see pictures of that. But after fantasizing and dreaming about playing for 3 months and practicing hard, I got my guitar right next to me here, trying to get my fingers back because you lose fine motor as part of this party. Just trying to get my fingers back so that I could play. We got together. I thought we were going to epically suck because no one had practiced. But you know what? It was there. The energy was there, and we got through the songs that we knew. We got through songs we didn't know so well. We played. If we played that well at a gig, I would have been deliriously happy. And that was our first practice in over 3 months. And there were a couple layers to that. One was just being around the guys was fantastic. Just the camaraderie and being around friends again and being out and doing normal things and making music and watching people enjoying themselves making music. I'm sure that doesn't do it for everybody out there, but everybody has a thing that does it for them like that. Like with my wife, it's horses. The sun rises and sets on horses, and everything else, just doesn't matter as much. With me, it's music, and I don't care what it is for you, except that that's something vital for you to have in your life when you're recovering. That's the thing that you dream about when you're in the hospital. And it's that thing that you want to get to as soon as you get home and you're able. And it's that thing that you want to keep doing as long as you're physically able to do it. I don't care if it's stamp collecting. I don't care if it's bingo. I don't give a damn what it is. But, just to follow Joseph Campbell, um, first you got to find your bliss, and then you follow it, and you follow that sucker to the end of your days. That's it. I mean, to me, that's as close as the secret to happiness as I know that there is. So anyway, so playing, it was probably only about 2 hours, and I totally gassed myself. I came home and flopped right in this spot on this couch and barely made it upstairs to bed. Zero regrets, and I would do it again. I literally did it as if it were the last time it was going to happen. And of course, I hope it is not and don't think it will be. So that was good. Next day, went in for another clinic appointment on Friday. That went well. Another lumbar puncture, number 5. I'm getting pretty goddamn good at these things. And it went well. The doctor was a real pro. I wish I could remember his name. He was a real pro. I mean, you can tell this guy does this in his sleep, blindfolded. So that part was good. Got to talk to a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. So here's another thing that's from the cancer survivor standpoint. People don't want to give you bad news. They're afraid to give you bad news because they feel like you've already got a plate full. And yes, you do. And I would love to hear someone else's opinion on this. In fact, I'll be asking someone else's opinion on this. But in fact, I have a bunch of thoughts in my head now about that. So I lost my train of thought. But anyway, lots of highs, lots of lows this week. My birthday is next week, so I'm trying to make plans for my birthday. I just found out I'm probably going to be admitted for my wife's and my 20th wedding anniversary, so that's a hit. But there's this choice between, do you just do something, or do you wait until you can do it and be well? And that's a tough call, because what happens if that doesn't come? So it's a mixed bag. So, if you're not sure you're going to have an appetite, do you want to go to your favorite restaurant? Or if you don't feel well, do you want to travel? So there's lots of hiccups and things about that. So that's an ongoing thing. I want to celebrate my birthday. I feel like I've earned it this year. And I want my wife to have a good time as well. I decided while I was in the hospital that I need another guitar. Like, I need another guitar, but that's not the point. The point is, if not now, when? That's kind of what the point is. So we're in the search for that. So I'll keep you posted. There'll probably be a new guitar for one of these upcoming videos. I started to re-engage in work a little bit, get some work stuff done. So this week was kind of a little bit of everything. I walked a half mile today and got completely humbled, just completely gassed out after half a mile, but I still did it. So I'm kind of all over the place here. And I just realized that I never did that Joseph Campbell hero's journey thing. So maybe I'll tack that on for tomorrow as well. But the big things have been getting out of the hospital, dealing with the madness of the clinic, which I'm sure anybody in my position has had to deal with, just hospital craziness, just coordination between departments. And then just getting well and remembering what I'm fighting for, remember I'm fighting to have quality time with my wife. I'm fighting to have quality time at home, and I'm fighting to have music time, and I'm fighting to hang out with my friends and, do the things that I love to do. So I guess Stuart Scott was the one who made that quote, in that you don't beat cancer or lose to cancer. And I'm going to be talking to somebody about this, getting a better perspective, but it's, you win by how you live. You win by how you live. So if you're sick, but you can still make a difference for someone else, if you can still help, um, then you keep going. And to me, that's winning, regardless of, we're all going to die. And, we don't necessarily control what it is that's going to take us out. Does this take me out? I don't know. Do I fight with this for the rest of my existence and something else takes me out? I have no clue, about any of that stuff. And just to get back to the last point, and then I'll wrap this up because I feel like I'm all over the place because it's been a while, was just and it ties into the thought I lost before. It feels good to help. If someone else's life is falling apart, they don't want to talk to you. If they have a medical problem or a marital problem or a financial problem or whatever, addiction or mental health issues, they don't want to tell you about it because they don't want to add to your burden. But in a weird way, for me, and I'd love feedback from somebody else on this, it's a nice distraction. You get to help, you get to listen, you get to contribute instead of, I'm the care receiver. Oh, where's my next pill? Where's my next meal? Where's my next treatment? I get to be a friend, or I get to be a bass player. I get to reoccupy these roles that I did not realize how much I enjoyed or needed until I was displaced from them for a while. So that's kind of where all that stuff is. I'm going to try to do the Joseph Campbell thing that I was talking about tomorrow, because I love the hero's journey thing, and the hero thing has come up a couple of times recently. So, but long story short, I'm feeling better, feeling stronger. They just put me back on the steroids again, so I should be a house of fire for the next week or so, and that's good. That'll get me through my birthday. I want to have a fun birthday, and I will be more grateful for this trip around the sun than I have for other ones, because, like I said, I felt like I've earned it, as opposed to the other ones. I expected it, and I didn't. I don't know if I expected this one. This was this has been a close call, and it's not over yet. But so far, so good. So anyway, stay well, take care of yourself, and I will be talking to you hopefully tomorrow or latest Monday. Peace.